Today we're talking about the top 5 leadership theories. Well, at this moment in time, I just did a search on how many people are searching for leadership. There were 2 billion people. I also looked and did a search on how many people are interested in leadership theories. Over 132 million. So obviously this topic has a little bit of interest and people do care. So why do we care? So the reason we care about leadership theories is they explain why some leaders, some teams, some organizations and companies succeed and why some don't. It also provides options for different scenarios, giving you different options for different theories or different ones to apply. It also helps you set up yourself, your team, your company for success. So it helps you be more intentional versus reactional. So we want to look at leadership. I always like to clarify specific terms, specifically this one, because a lot of times there's misuse of what leadership means or what it is. So leadership is a process where an individual influences a group of individuals to achieve a common goal. It's not a position or title. Sometimes people think they may be a leader just because they have leader in the title, but it's really not. And there's some contemporary theories that compare different motivations of leaders. Therefore, we may all know of different leaders where we think maybe they have good motivations or bad motivations. Historically, we can look back at some of the leaders and have insights on that. So let's look at where did all of this start. I would submit that leadership didn't just start recently in the past few years or the past decade. It's been going on all along. I mean, people innately exude leadership qualities depending upon what the scenario is. So let's look at some of the origin. So it's began to be written about and talked about in the 1800s with, ladies, don't panic, the great man theory, where the great man theory really talked about leadership being defined by characteristics, more innate characteristics. Talking more about men with dominant personalities. So thank goodness over the years, things have changed and people continue to study and research leadership. Is a person born a leader? Are they trained or taught to be leaders? So let's look at some of these 5 leadership theories. The first one is transformational, and it began to be documented in the late 1700s by James MacGregor Burns, who was a political sociologist. And he documented and did a lot of research on 2 specific types of leadership. One is transactional, the other is transformational, which probably you've heard of both. But transactional is that the leader influences others by what they offer in exchange, therefore the transaction. Transformational, what I want to spend a little more time on, is where a leader connects with the followers in such a way that it raises the level of maturity and morality. You may think of they're committed to a collective good or societal good, helping for the greater good of all mankind. So there are 4 factors that are documented as related to transformational leadership, where a transformational type leader exudes idealized influence, like the way they carry themselves and the way they talk to other people, their choice of words. Some people call that charisma. There's also inspirational motivation, how they encourage others and inspire others into action. They also invoke intellectual stimulation, where they have people maybe think more deeply and maybe change their perspective on things. And also individualized concern. Although those leaders are committed to a collective good, they're also concerned about the individuals and how those individuals contribute and what the individual concerns are. That's why people feel like transformational leaders are so powerful. So let's look at number 2. Number 2 is the leader-member exchange, where oftentimes we can think of there are in-group members and out-of-group members, where the in-group members align, they kind of think alike, like the leader, they kind of resonate. The outer group members maybe don't, maybe they're rebellious to the leader's ideas. Sometimes it's also, if you think about students in school, they're the people who are popular or not popular. And so then the third one is adaptive, where a leader who mobilizes people to take action on tough challenges. Sometimes you may have heard of adaptive challenges, and what those are is challenges where the solutions are not readily apparent. Then there's strength-based leadership, where today we see a lot of assessments. You may have seen the Strengths Finders. I've personally written about this, about a book called Optimize Your Thinking, how to optimize your performance potential, where I'm looking at thinking styles and archetypes. But this one is talking about a strength, an attribute, or quality that makes an individual successful. And also, by using the strengths-based leadership, is really trusting in your people's strengths and competencies. Then more and more today we're hearing of more servant leadership. So what that is, there's a lot written by Robert Greenleaf, and a servant leader places the needs of others before their own self-interest. They're really all about serving others first and shifting the power in those who are being led. So as you can see, there are different theories, there are different options, and the best thing about studying leadership theories, where some people succeed or some people don't, is the theories give you options to try for different scenarios, and you can test and measure. You can have a blend, or you can mix them or use them at different times. So I hope this makes you successful, and if you need a tool that can help you apply your leadership theories, then sign up for our software now at projectmanager.com.